Now fellas, in this instance, smaller really is better. So now you can see in front of me, I've grouped together 4 tools. So we've got the new cut-off saw, angle grinder, and the 2 die grinders as well. Now, the reason I've grouped these all together is to talk about the brand new slimline brushless motor design that these tools all have. So you can see just how tiny, look how skinny the bodies are of all of these tools. Now, as I say, this is due to the new brushless design to keep it nice and slim-like, because all of these tools will be being used in quite compact environments. You don't want them to be too bulky and too in the way when you're using them. Now, I'll talk about them individually, but the best way of demonstrating the difference in size is if I compare this, the brand new angle grinder, the DCG 404, to the existing model, the DCG 408. Now, this is essentially the same grinder, but the way that the motor has now been changed means it's just so much smaller in this new body. So that does show you how much tech is packed into this new tool. So let's talk about them all individually quickly. So starting with the angle grinder then, this is the DCG 404. I mean, it does what any angle grinder does, but just in this much smaller body. Now, all of these have the same safety features, so I'll sort of talk about it now so you've got it all wrapped up into one. They all have Perform and Protect certification, so they've got electronic brakes and electronic clutches as well. Now, the electronic brakes means that the rotation stops immediately as soon as you release this switch on the front here, the paddle. This will stop. So with the angle grinder specifically, this will stop in just 1.25 seconds, so really, really quickly. Now, the electronic clutches means that it's going to massively reduce any kickback that might happen while you're using the tools. That electronic clutch will just kick in immediately and stop that kickback from happening. So that's the angle grinder. Obviously, we've got the cut-off tool, so if you're working in a smaller space than what you'd use an angle grinder for, this is a perfect little alternative. Another safety feature that these all has are these dead man switch on the paddle triggers here, so you're never going to accidentally set them off. The cut-off tool as well can also go in forwards and reverse, so if you're using a blade that requires a certain direction, you can use it with this cut-off tool. But also, if you're working in a tight environment and you're worried about which direction the sparks might be flying, although it does have this guard, so it does reduce the amount of sparks, if you then switch the direction, it will then cut in a certain direction to make sure the sparks fly the way you want them to. On to these die grinders then. The DCG 420 and the 421, identical tools except for the obvious, in that this one is the right angled head. It will be much better for things like polishing metal, whereas the straight head will be better for applications like removing welds. So you'll know which ones will be most suitable for you. This right angled head is obviously going to be better at reaching those awkward angles. All the same safety features as I've mentioned. These do have 4 speed modes, both of these, so it will range from 10,000 RPM all the way up to 24,500 RPM. So you're always going to be able to get controlled grinding and finishing. Really, all of these tools are going to be perfect for if you're working in metal fabrication, HVAC, plumbing, automotive. They've got loads more uses as well. Really, really useful for you to make sure that you have all of them in your toolkits, and they're all available at its.co.uk.